Welcome to Akron Buzz, everyone. I'm your host, Sarah, and today I get to talk with Chris Petersen. Hi, Chris. How are you?
Good morning. Very good. Thank you.
And Chris is with Certified Professional Restoration, and we're just going to start off with how you guys got started.
So that's an interesting story. I was sitting on a beach in Mexico.
Yes, I mean, I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah,
The beginning of your story here.
Nobody does. So originally my better half and I, Sarah Largent, who's at home, she couldn't be here today. She's with our 6-month-old son, Reese.
Aww.
So wanted to give a shout out there.
Yes, yes.
But we were sitting on a beach in Mexico, and we had shared a plane ride with a gentleman from Sandusky and his family. And when we got to the resort, they happened to be in line with us. And we just had a quick conversation, then went about our ways. About 2 days later on this vacation we took with truly money we didn't have and time we couldn't afford to waste, I ended up in the lobby working on the phone. And this is back when you didn't have cell phones access on the beach.
Okay.
So with that being said, he ends up seeing me there. He went to the lobby, sees me, goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm working." And I went, he goes, "Why?" I said, "If I don't do it, nobody else will." He said, "Well, when you get done with that, come find me." So we ended up having a good conversation. And for the next 3 days, he talked about his business and mine, said, "Hey, I'll call you when we get back to Ohio," because he lives in Sandusky. His name is John Fields. So with that being said, we get back to Ohio, he actually called.
He called.
No vacation friends ever call.
Yes.
So
It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be. And he essentially started talking to me about ways that I could adjust that business to try and get what I was looking for as far as the culture and as far as the work that we were trying to accomplish. And after about 3 months, I think he got frustrated and he said, he goes, "You got all the intangibles." He goes, "I think your industry might be wrong for you. What do you think about starting restoration?" And I went, "Well," I said, "Sounds great. There's only one problem." He goes, "What's the problem?" I said, "I don't know anything about restoration." So he goes, "I'll tell you what, if you put all the work in, I'll take you under my wing and I'll teach you everything you need to know."
Wow.
And that was 8 years ago. And at this point, we have a fully functional staff. We service all of Northeast Ohio. And I, to this day, still one of my best friends.
I love that.
Can't appreciate him more.
What a great story. It's like he was right there at the right time for you, and you were able to get into this business that you now love. And we talked a little bit about it earlier, but I want to share with our viewers what you guys actually do, because my perception of restoration was not quite what you guys do. So go ahead and share with us what you do as a restoration company.
Absolutely. So there are two halves to our industry. The half that everybody thinks of is the reconstruction phase of things. So when you rehab a house, like we were discussing, you're basically taking something that has been run down and bringing it up to something
back to life. Yep.
Exactly. But what we do is more on the natural disaster side of things. So if you have a sewer backup in your basement and all your memories are floating, or if you have a fire and you're displaced, that's the side of the industry that we operate on. And we essentially clean it, stabilize it, and bring it to a sanitary condition. That way somebody can put it back together and make it look pretty again for you.
Right, and you actually gave me a really good analogy for that. Go ahead and share that analogy.
I tell people, if you look at it like you would a hospital, we are the heart surgeon, the person that basically makes sure that you are healthy and okay, and then the other half of the industry is the plastic surgeon. And you probably don't want your heart surgeon doing your plastic surgery, but you definitely don't want your plastic surgeon doing your heart surgery.
Right. And so someone who does have one of those natural disasters, they need someone like you to come in first, and then they would actually bring in the plastic surgeon part to do the secondary work, right?
Correct. And we always tell people not to wait on that call. We partner with a lot of insurance agents, and the biggest thing that I see is that they either don't understand the value that their insurance agent can provide.
Right.
And if you ever want to know if you have a good or a bad insurance agent, call them at 5 o'clock and see if they answer.
Okay.
If they answer at 5 o'clock and you say, "Hey, if I have a problem, what's the process?" And they go, "You call me and I'll direct you," that's a great insurance agent.
Okay.
If they tell you, or if they don't answer their phone, then a company like ours might take 3 to 4 days to get out there. And if your stuff floats in clean water for 4 to 5 days before you call somebody, it's going to be irreplaceable.
Right.
If a company like ours can get out normally within 24 hours, we can salvage and save the vast majority of your memories, as long as it's not something like sewage,
right,
or mold, where
okay,
it's unsalvageable.
and that's really important. I actually wish I would have known about you guys not that long ago. I had my fridge, basically the pipe exploded and all the water went down to a huge area of my basement, and I basically took care of it myself, and I probably should have called someone. So I hope for all of our viewers out there that someone now knows and they know to call you guys. So we were going to also talk a little bit about the labor crisis that's going on right now.
Yep.
And I was just sharing with you a little bit about how through COVID, I feel like more and more people have kind of realized that they don't want to be stuck in jobs that they don't like, but that has also affected the labor crisis and has affected trade jobs. And so can you share with me a little bit about your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I tell people all the time, the amount of people looking for work has shrunk, but the amount of really good people that want to work at companies has stayed consistent over the course of years. So what we've seen is that people have choices right now. So since there aren't just bodies to fill seats, everybody's really fighting over those good people.
Yeah.
And we've all worked with great coworkers where you're like, you know what, I don't know what I would do without this person. And then when culture shifts in a company, or if they're working for a company that doesn't have a culture where they feel safe and they feel like they're appreciated and they feel like they make a difference, then it becomes a job where they don't enjoy it.
I feel like that's the most important thing too, is that culture, that they feel appreciated and that they are wanted there.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I think the vast majority of employers focus on the financial benefit of the job, but right now that's kind of out of the consideration, because people are offered dollars over and above if they're successful in their position, and there's a constant recruitment going on. So while you want to make sure that you're taking care of people financially, the thing that we can control is how well we treat them.
Yeah.
I explain to people that we spend about 30% of our time looking for great people, and we don't really consider how much time we spend trying to mentor, keep, and make the work environment for the good people that we already have.
Yeah,
great.
Absolutely. That's so important. So thanks for bringing that up. How can people find you if they need someone to do restoration in their home? How can they find you? Do you have a website? Do you have social media?
So we do. I would recommend that you go to our website. The website is nowitsclean.today. It's a weird ending.
Okay.
But nowitsclean.today is our website. And then the easiest thing to do is put our phone number in your phone under water or mold.
Okay.
Because if you go through a panic attack when a pipe breaks in your house, the last thing...
I actually pretty much did have a panic attack.
And the last thing that you're thinking of is, what was the name of that company?
Yeah.
You start
really good idea.
searching water. So 330-733-5570. And we are a 24-hour response unit. So we have people that work Christmas Eve and New Year's Day.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. Are you hiring, since we talked about the labor crisis?
We are always looking for great people.
Okay.
I would encourage people, if they are interested,
to reach out?
Yeah, and we do something interesting. So we do a 3-day working interview with people. That's not so much for us. That's an opportunity for them. They get paid for it. They get to come in, work with our staff, ask them questions, see what we do, so there's no commitment, just to see if you're interested in the industry.
That's perfect. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here with me today, Chris. Thank you guys for being here with me today on Akron Buzz. We had a great time. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, and check out our Roku channel. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.